on a Friday night, yeah.
Did you ever like poetry in school?
Actually, I was pretty accomplished poet myself.
Do you know what a haiku is?
Yes, I do. I'm a rhyming man, though. I've got southern rhythm and soul.
Thank you, Madeline.
Thanks, Mad Dog.
I asked you about poetry because I was going to see if you could come up with a haiku on the spot about your nicotine addiction and what falling asleep with the pouch in your mouth.
Does it have to be haiku, or can it be like spoken word more, or do you want it?
However you want to deliver it.
All right.
I did say haiku, but if you want to get crazy with it and freestyle,
I'll go haiku first, and then if we have time, I'll give you the slam poetry version. Why does the woodpecker do it all day? Is it nature or nurture? Either way, the woodpecker pecks.
Ooh, I like that one.
Can y'all see that I'm impressed with myself?
I can see that you're impressed with yourself, and I'm impressed with you, Crockett.
Thank you.
Why does the woodpecker put rogue in his mouth every night?
I don't really know. I think it's just something that it's natural at this point.
Yeah. As someone who's like 3 weeks free from vape, I just get I would say every other day I'm getting that twinge of dark spirit on my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
That little dark spirit on my shoulder telling me to do a little sin. Whenever I'm at like a gas station or more of my friends vaping around me, I get that little sin itch.
Yeah.
And I've been pushing it down pretty good. I'm pretty proud of myself for the way I've been pushing it down.
Yeah, well, I was always when I was vaping, I've been done vaping for pretty much a year now, I think.
Oh yeah.
Don't quote me on that. But anyways, I weed brain.
You're good.
Huh?
I said you're good.
Oh, I know. I'm really good. No, but the other day, I was sitting there. It was last night, I think, even maybe. I was like, bro, I kind of want like a little grape vape.
Ooh.
I think dude, I was like, maybe I should go see little Amy Winehouse down at the vape shop. My dad calls the girl at the vape shop Amy Winehouse.
Does she wear a bandana?
No, but she kind of looks like Amy Winehouse a little bit.
Mm.
She kind of got like Russian, Asian eyes a little bit, and she kind of does her makeup like that too. But fair skin, kind of like plain girl, but also a little. I'm saying it, vape girl, a little sexy.
Word.
Yeah. She would make the Maryland Food Boys blush, for sure.
The Maryland Food Boys?
Do you not know about the Maryland Food Boys?
No, I don't know about the Maryland Food Boys.
MD Foodie podcast.
You've been dropping crazy shit on me this week. So you just told me that Gene Hackman died.
Yeah. Dude, they're these like 4 like 15, 14, 13-year-old kids. I don't know how fucking old they are. They're probably like 14, 15. And they have a podcast. I don't know which one of them's dad is like super rich, but they've got like a dream podcast studio, and they're talking about their favorite foods and what they like and don't like.
That's funny.
And all these motherfuckers like is chicken tenders and pizza, Cameron. And like cheese pizza, bro. They're like, nah, I don't want nothing on my pizza. They're like, I'll have a lunchly.
We're going to have to watch that for sure. Do some live commentary.
The only thing they want on their pizza is YouTube. That's it. That's the kind of kids. And they're walking around Barstool with Dave Portnoy today. They're going doing pizza tasting with them.
That's, they deserve it.
Portnoy's a big cheese guy himself.
He loves a good cheese, famously.
But they don't have the same taste. The head kid, Perm, they call him Big Perm, he likes a floppy pizza. He likes a floppy pizza, and Dave's more of a crisp crust type of guy.
Do they ever like really butt heads? Like, how old is this kid?
He's 14.
You think
they just met today.
Up to Dave?
Nah, I think Dave just kind of like is like, oh, that's your style. I have a style. You have a style. That's fine. He understands styles.
Gotcha. All right.
He probably thinks his style is the best, but he's like, I understand you have a style. People have a style.
He's a born rich 14-year-old. He's got to have a style. If you don't have a style, you just become a monster. Well,
he probably gets the floppy. He likes that because he'd microwave Tostinos, the pizzas, not the pizza rolls.
Yeah, I did too. That kid don't know kid cuisine. Y'all ever had
Bro, there's a couple things in that kid cuisine. They give you that brownie, that little fudge brownie.
Yeah.
I never put that bitch in the microwave, bro. I ate that motherfucker frozen while that bitch was cooking, dude.
Dude, I would always burn my tongue on the mac and cheese or in the pudding.
Yeah, the mac and cheese was fucking straight. I liked the pudding. I liked when it kind of turned into a brownie a little bit. It'd get a little chewy sometimes if you left it in there long enough.
Dude, speaking of getting chewy, how about a cosmic brownie right next to your packaged Ziploc bag sandwich? Been in your Ziploc bag all day, set your backpack on top of it. Little bit crushed sandwich,
dude.
A little bit squished.
A cosmic brownie. It's called cosmic because it's one of the most well-known and beloved treats across the entire universe.
Yeah. They say that every civilization, from the Romans to the Greeks to the Egyptians, they all invented their own form of cosmic brownie.
Yeah.
And the cosmic brownie that we have today is kind of more of a living document of the way that they would make cosmic brownies back in the day. But it's been adjusted. They have a New Testament now, and that's zebra cakes.
Okay. I thought zebra cakes got phased out.
Zebra cakes, no, dude. If you're shopping at the stores I'm shopping at, zebra cakes are doing just fine.
They do the Christmas trees, which are zebra cakes.
It's just
that's zebra cakes.
It's just zebra cakes,
and they got them in the different shapes and stuff, and they do them for different seasons. But everybody swears that the Christmas trees are the best.
I can say that the Christmas trees and the regular zebra cakes are exactly as good. The only difference is the shape. People love a new shape. That's why every Halloween, y'all are seeing. Sorry,
no, go ahead.
We can't look at the camera. So that's why every Halloween you're seeing jack-o'-lantern Reese's. Ugh. That's why every Christmas you're seeing snowflake Reese's cups. That's why every Easter you're getting egg jelly beans.
Bro,
from Starburst.
Can I talk about Easter candy right quick? Let me interject with the Easter candy egg shit, because here's what I need Reese's to do. Turn that motherfucker into a bunny or something. Turn it into a fucking bunny or something. No more egg. No more egg. Unless it's a little small one, don't do the egg. And I'm telling you why. Because you're fucking with my heavenly hash. You're fucking with my Cadbury, my gold brick.
Oh yeah, you're stepping on toes.
Because my mama's like, oh, they got the big egg shaped Reese's. I get the Reese's.
They're in over their head. See, that's not where
I ain't getting my fucking nougat, bro. I need that this time of year. It's what makes my coat shiny.
And so, I see what you're saying. They're looking for an egg-shaped candy. They grab the egg-shaped Reese's. They give it to you instead of a nice Cadbury cream egg, which is different. And now you're left high and dry.
Yeah, and if you're going to get me a bunny, get me a Reese's bunny. You know why? Because nobody needs that thick amount of chocolate. Get me something in that motherfucker, bro.
I like the Reese's bunnies though. Once you get past the ears really let you down. That's why you always start with the ears, because the ears, there's no peanut in that ear.
Yeah.
But the thing about I don't like Reese's eggs for a different reason, and that's completely different from yours, which is just the sensory feel of my tongue sliding across a smooth dome of chocolate.
Yeah.
I need some kind of texture there.
Yeah.
I need some kind of motion to make sure I'm not, because my brain thinks egg.
I put egg in my mouth. It's a BBL candy, like a York peppermint patty. That's got the cellulite.
Yeah.
That's got the little waves in it. That's a texture.
Yeah.
Even though I don't necessarily love York peppermint patties, they got a thing going on. It's kind of the same as a Klondike bar. What would you do for a Klondike bar? I don't know, shoot myself in the dick hole. Who gives a fuck? They're fine, whatever. Thick ice cream bar, a little bit of chocolate, great. But they have that smooth.
And they have the crunch.
Yeah.
They have the crunch.
Well, the crunch is fine.
Well, the chocolate always inevitably.
Well, and it's hard to. It's a thick amount of ice cream, and it hurts. It gets your teeth. Because you gotta bite. You gotta bite through that ice cream. You can't lick that ice cream.
Yeah, you can't just put that egg-shaped ice cream in your mouth and like swaddle it around until the chocolate melts, and then you just got a mouthful of peanut butter. It's not the same.
No. Now
You got to crack that open.
if I get a whole chocolate bunny, going back to the bunnies,
Yeah.
that's what I turn. I turn it into a melt sesh. I do soaking.
Yeah.
I let it. I take a bite and I just let it sit in my mouth, and that's kind of my Hershey's Kiss technique. I bite the tip off, and I take that base part, put it on my tongue, and let that bitch. Dude, my breath would be hot after some Hershey Kiss, and I'm eating the whole bag, bro. Don't leave the whole bag.
Oh yeah, you're not getting you're not getting Easter candy. Easter candy of all candy, great candy. Also great excuse to buy green confetti. You got to fill that basket with something.
Dude, the Easter grass is fucking, that shit's terrible.
Yeah.
You know, one time the Easter Bunny came in, I got the Easter Bunny to come to the Ramada when my dad was in prison. We stayed at the Ramada. My mom, the Easter Bunny came to the fucking Ramada. I don't know if we're doing this for kids or not, but my mom made Easter happen inside the Ramada, bro.
Hell yeah.
She did that with Christmas, too. I'm like, bro, how'd Santa get a key, dude?
How the...
Nah, most of the time we actually spent Christmas we would spend Christmas Eve and morning at home, and then we would go
down to the incarceration center, check out old Pop.
Yeah. And it actually snowed when we went and did our Christmas visit one time. It snowed in Pensacola, Florida.
Magical Christmas. You've told this story on the podcast, huh?
I don't know.
Whatever. I want to get to something. New topic.
Yeah.
Sorry. New topic. I stand by it. Mice. A new study has been released. Beep boop beep boop beep boop boop. Science alert. Science alert. Mice have been introduced to new gene therapy where they place the gene responsible for human speech inside of them. Scientists in their methods of trying to apparently turn them transgender, they also figured out how to make them able to talk.
Great. Now that I'm going to shut up about Palestine.
Yeah. Oh, they're having tiny little protests. Who speaks for us? They said that.
I'm sorry. That was.
Sorry,
land acknowledgement.
Do you want to try and run that back? See if you can do it. Do a different little reaction.
Yeah. Great. Now they're not going to stop talking about Chapel Roan.
That's good.
That's good.
These mice, they were born from mothers that didn't have this gene therapy. Obviously, they put this. They shot their adrenochrome talking magic mixture into these mice, and the mice started to squeak at higher frequencies, much higher than normal mice, and they would fluctuate those frequencies much quicker and for a much longer amount of time. Basically, they were kind of starting the mice equivalent of babbling, and they would do it to each other. But mice that didn't have these
Marisa Carey, dude.
Yeah,
you got them fucking high tones, bro.
And
That's
a baby
good.
mouse, that shit's ultrasonic, bro. That shit's like, they're like doing echolocation on your organs and shit. Tiny mammals are doing weird stuff.
Yeah, I saw another thing with mice. They introduced the woolly mammoth genetics, and they made woolly mice.
I did see that.
And
They've been doing crazy
stuff
stuff with mice lately.
They got the long hair like a woolly mammoth, bro. They woolly mice, and they're fucking fantastic looking.
Yeah, and they're about
It kind of scares me. Why would you bring that back, though?
Well, Canada's going to need kind of to deal with its own everything now, so you're going to see a lot more woolly things.
Do you think they're doing it so that way Canada can run the meat game? They're going to just create a bunch of woolly mammoths and slaughter them? You know how many cows a woolly mammoth is? How many cows are in a woolly mammoth?
How many cows?
Comment below.
How many cows equal a woolly mammoth? Do you like this shirt? I'm wearing it ironically.
Yeah?
Home of the brave. Home of the brave. Number one. I don't follow politics too much anymore, but my dad has a blow up doll of Donald Trump, and it has a little squeezy thing on the side, and whenever you squeeze it, he pulls his pants down.
Nice.
And then
What kind of hog they give him on that thing?
no hog, but a big butt, and
a
tramp stamp that says "Kiss my ass."
Nice.
So he's hanging out. I'm thinking of making a montage of just him doing that in different places.
Yeah, my dad was in a political phase the past couple months, and he's phased out of it now.
Yeah.
Like, it's because Mardi Gras passed by, he like phased out of it. He was like real hardcore watching Fox. I think girls basketball started playing or something like that. Now he's kind of calm.
Yeah,
he's been watching college girls basketball playoffs.
It's like a slow motion like trick where like someone's standing there and you're like looking at them, and then a bus comes and they're gone.
Yeah,
but it was like Fox News was there, and then the parades floated by in front of his face. And when they passed, Trump was replaced with Brittany Griner.
He saw him throwing those beads at that Cybertruck, and he was like, "You're right." He did, dude. Dude, during Mardi Gras, he would not fucking turn off the goddamn parade. They show the parades on TV. They gotta get there following a guy around. First off, if you're watching this guy who's like a random dude on the news who was acting like a dog during the parade coverage, that guy is a dumbass.
Yeah, I mean,
you're a fucking.
I didn't see this. I need you to show this to me. But
it's a long hosting gig for sure. Long hosting gig.
He's been
don't
doing
know, but you don't handle it by dressing up like a dog and rolling all over the ground and going arr, 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 and stuff like that. Like it wasn't funny. It wasn't cute. You're an adult man. How about you go out there and just be entertaining
on the news?
If you don't have those kind of skills or whatever, then you need to pass it on to somebody else. I know, like, besides myself, I know 5 to 10 other people that could have done a better job than you at that.
Name them.
I mean,
I'm kidding.
One for sure, Chris True. Chris True would kill some kind of assignment.
Oh,
like
he would
that.
murder it. Have you seen this though? Druski in a little bit of hot water lately, along with Odell Beckham Jr.
Dude, that wasn't him, bro.
It wasn't him?
It wasn't him. He wasn't even famous then, dude.
That's the excuse that I'm hearing, that he wasn't even famous then.
He wasn't even famous then.
Am I the only one that sees a hole in that logic?
He wasn't even hanging out with P. Diddy then, Cameron. Nah, dude. I don't know if he's. I don't think he's. I don't think he was involved in any of Diddy's extracurriculars.
Yeah.
Honestly, he seems like. I mean, like, here's the thing: who doesn't seem like a good enough guy or whatever? But like, yeah, the stars just didn't align at that point. The reason he knew Diddy was because he was friends with Diddy's son, who also got arrested for the sex trafficking stuff and hitting a girl, I think.
I'm not saying you got to be in the circle to be in the circle. I'm saying these people can have loose relations with the circle and still end up in the circle by being just charming and charismatic people like Druski is.
That's a hell of a trio, though. That's just like 3 random ass people: Odell Beckham Jr., Druski, and P. Diddy.
Yeah,
are raping you. And then she was like, "Oh, Druski fell over the bed, like slid over top of her because he was all oiled up and shit." Like, that's all fake. Like, that's the same thing as like that girl.
I didn't see that, but Druski covered in baby oil is hilarious.
Right, exactly.
Like
and these people that make up lies,
around.
they try to add like a little bit of humiliation. Like they try to add like a little bit of funny to it.
Yeah.
Like obvious, and it's fucking terrible because like now you have these feelings of like, if a woman speaks up and it's like, someone did something to me, do you think, okay, well, is she lying?
I didn't hear anything about like that specific part of the news story. I just read the article that said he was like indicted in some new lawsuit that came out. What I do want to circle back to...
I don't think he was mentioned. He wasn't indicted.
Oh, he was mentioned.
Yeah, he was not indicted.
Pardon me. He was mentioned in a lawsuit that I have not read that detail about because that's crazy. But I want to circle back to Druski sliding down a hall covered in baby oil like a slip and slide.
Yeah, well, you just go watch Could Have Been Love, dude.
I can't, dude. After the first episode, that shit is...
Nah, bro, you got to get back into it, dude. You got to get back into it. It gets you. You got to watch the Dr. Umar episode.
I would do a watch along stream with you.
Yeah, we can do that after this if you want to. We can watch We can watch the Dr. Umar episode.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
The whole time he keeps saying something about snow bunny, like no snow bunnies.
Oh yeah. Oh, that seems like something he would say.
Like
I'd be down to talk about that after the show for sure.
The one of the girls comes down from there and she goes, "That motherfucker is racist. His racist ass." And then she said the N-word later.
But did she grow up saying it?
You don't understand where I'm from.
I think I've been reading a new audiobook lately, thanks to the Libby app.
Yeah.
I finished with my chip war book.
Okay, yeah.
You know I was on a chip kick for a while. Chip kick.
You're kicking the chips.
Talking about chips and I'm kicking the chips. Read Chip War. It's a great book. I'm reading now Empire of Pain. Empire of Pain is about the Sackler family.
Good.
The Sackler family, they notice were a trio of brothers.
They're good people.
They're good people, and they do only good things. They're philanthropists.
They helped so many people through so much.
I mean, think about all of the pain.
They were hurting.
And
they needed a treatment for that pain, and they needed something that was going to work well. And this drug,
these drugs, they're also responsible for Valium, responsible for Wellbutrin. I think they invented SSRIs at some point. The grandson had like a big thing to do with SSRIs. But what they did do that was good, the patriarch of the family, the oldest brother, he's kind of a fatherly role. He gets real OCD partway through his life. Like weird obsession with collecting ancient Chinese artifacts and ancient Eastern artifacts to the point that he is using priceless art as elaborate tax write-offs. He donates a new wing of the Met Gallery specifically to hold a temple that he bought from Egypt and had shipped to New York City to be placed in a glass dome and people to dance around. Now that's what you get by working
real hard
and saving and being fiscally responsible.
You know, and this might be a good time to bring up the Acorns app.
Acorns.
Today's episode is brought to you by Acorns. Want to turn your change into Ethereum? Download Acorns and use promo code Fuck Yourself.
Acorns app. Turn your every time you okay. Let's do a real ad for Acorns. Acorns. Every time you buy contraceptive at the gas station, you can have your app log that purchase, put it in a machine, and then send you a very small amount of Bitcoin.
Have you ever been on the way to give a character testimony to a rapist like our founder and CEO, Ashton Kutcher? Download the Acorns app, and you could save the 58 cents left over from that candy bar you bought on the way.
Every time... Tell me if this has ever happened to you. You're driving drunk, you hit a kid, and now you got to get your bumper and front suspension replaced. The Acorns app is the perfect thing. You know, you're spending $2,598 just to get your front suspension replaced?
Yeah.
And 87 cents? Well, guess what? That extra 17 cents can go to help, I don't know, teaching Saudi children to make guns. And the rest can go right into your bank account in the form of crypto.
Have you ever went to go see a new Tom Cruise movie and thought after the fact, well, that $14.86 that I spent on that ticket was way too much. And, you know, nothing good came out of buying that movie ticket until you download the Acorns app, where you could take that extra 24 cents and put it towards Tesla stock, which is really low right now, but that means buy.
Do not. Also, we can't give financial advice legally.
This
is not financial advice.
This is a scripted ad, not financial advice. Please do not go buy Tesla stock.
Well, now that's also financial advice because you can't tell people not to buy Tesla stock.
Please do not buy Tesla stock under the advisory of the Kids in the Corner podcast or Acorns app.
All right, I think we got it.
The AI is gonna get us.
The AI is so gonna get us.
The AI is gonna get. I've been getting fat again. I want to announce this on the podcast. I've been having cheese croissants in the morning. I don't know if anybody's walked in and seen this. It's like a new brand of these pastries. I swear to God, it's a new brand.
Cheese croissants?
But if you look at the thing, it looks like it's something you've seen in these stores all along. But specifically, I've been getting the cheese croissants, which is obviously, it's not a croissant shape. It's a rectangle, and it's a pastry, and it's got cream cheese in the middle of it.
That's crazy.
And
that sounds delicious.
And sometimes I have 2 of them. And by sometimes, I mean a good bit of the time.
How big would you say they are?
I would say they're like...
Length, width, and height.
Like a little bit bigger than a Hot Pocket.
Nice. That's perfect size for a sandwich, though. You can eat 2
well,
of those.
It's not a sandwich, though. It's a pastry. Like, it's a full-on pastry.
Oh, yeah.
It's got, like, little slits in the top, and they got a thin amount of cream cheese because, they had the cream cheese shortage. Also...
They had a cream cheese shortage?
Yes, during the pandemic, they had a cream cheese shortage. Also, like, Philadelphia is just in the fucking shitter.
Really?
Yeah, well, I mean, they don't have anybody to work their cream cheese factories because they're all on Fent and trained.
Whoa, I did not know that. I have a Costco membership. Not to brag.
Yeah.
Not to brag. Added my girlfriend on my Costco membership the other day. Not to brag.
Not to brag.
Not to brag.
Pretty big deal.
Got a Costco membership and a girlfriend. And I noticed that they're selling cream cheese at Costco. I think, I love a bagel. Why not fill up on my cream cheese at Costco? The smallest size. I mean, Costco. We know Costco. It's bulk. Smallest size. Cream cheese. Guess the weight.
1 gallon.
I said guess the weight. 2 pounds.
Okay. Excuse me.
You guess volume.
Well, Cameron.
And for that, we're sending you to the Acorn-sponsored Slide of Shame.
Yeah.
Whoa. Had a chicken bake for the first time.
Yeah, how was the chicken bake? How many big booms did you give it?
I gave it 3 big booms because I was going to give it 5 big booms, but around the 3rd boom, I started wondering what happened to the Costco guys.
Oh, they're still around?
They're still around, but I think they've ran out of menu items for them to...
No, because they can go through Costco and do anything. And now the kids begin Pokemon.
Oh, they're allowed inside the store?
He's big on the Pokemon card trading, so now he's like a kid's Pokemon trading card influencer. The world is so fucked up, dude. You know what used to be the internet? Fred made a lot of funny, creative videos and got a really shitty Nickelodeon movie out of it. And that is it.
Yeah.
And that's all anybody should ever get.
And he got a lifetime of hate for it.
Dude, Fred was the shit,
Looking back
bro.
on it, we miss Fred, I think.
Yes. Dude, wasn't the world so much simpler when all you had to tune into was Ryan Higa and Fred?
Yeah. Oh, legendary.
Ryan Higa made some of the... I'm not going to say his YouTube channel name.
You can't.
For obvious reasons. But...
It's Higa TV.
Yeah.
Now it's Higa TV. He changed it.
If you go watch like How to Be Ninja, How to Be Gangster... How to be instead of How to Be Gangster, I almost said How to Be Black, but I forgot it was How to Be Gangster.
I think I changed it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's How to Be White, How to Be a Nerd. That's pretty much the same one as well. All of those are hilarious.
That was like a generational, like that was a point in time where what you could do creatively, like there was no corporate, there was no like money in it.
No, yeah, they were just doing it for
shit
fun.
They loved, and that's beautiful.
He ended up making a shitload of money off of it too, though.
I know.
He was in at just the right time.
We need to invent our own app so that we can get in at just the right time.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like born too late to capitalize on the internet.
I was thinking about that. I think we need to, I think the next wave, I mean, it's happening right now. We're kind of in the middle of it, is live shows. Like live podcasts and live shows are a really big deal right now. And that's something that you can, that's why like my comedy show that we're doing this Friday, is a open mic, but also a drinking game.
Ooh.
So the crowd's involved. You know
we
what
gotta
I
work
mean?
on some advertising for that. How do you want to get the word out? Who do you want?
Well, I mean,
who do you want there?
Howlin' Wolf's been posting it on their story and stuff.
They have?
Yeah, Roast Battle posted on there because it's right after Roast Battle. Laugh Life Comedy, go follow those guys. They've been fantastic, been truly great.
I'm sure they're doing a great job, but what if we made it like crazy in there?
Well, it's gonna get crazy, dude. That's
What
the
if
thing.
we made it fucking crazy in there? Like, let's go give some free tickets to like 8 homeless people, see what happens.
Well, it's a free show,
It's a free show, guys.
so you can just bring the homeless people in there. Guys, bring 5 homeless people. If we get the show big enough and people drink enough, I think there's an opportunity to where we could get some things going that makes the show even more advantageous for everybody on a Friday night, late night.
God.
Late night, but not too late. You could go watch this show and then hit the bars after, and it'd be perfect timing. Also, if you want to catch a dinner before, I mean, catch dinner
Say the
at
name of that
7?
show one more time.
That is Take Your Shot open mic at the Howlin' Wolf in the Den right after Roast Battle.
Awesome. We're going to cut that and turn it into a TikTok and blow up the next one.
Oh, if we're going to put it on TikTok, let me get my tits out. Jeez.
Ooh! We were, I was just thinking about what you were saying earlier about the internet and stuff. And I was like, I think we're really in like a specific era where it's like we're too late to be funny on the internet. Or we're too early to die in the slave pits of Mars. So we're born just in time to do stand-up comedy, which is 100-year-old art that, hey, that's not going anywhere.
Right. People, I mean, yeah. And you know what I learned today, or it's Borstal comedy or something like that. It's like the original comedy that Jewish people did.
Ooh, Borstal comedy.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. I was listening to Rainn Wilson and Ari Shaffir talk about it. I don't know. Ari Shaffir said he doesn't think it's the original form of stand-up comedy, but it's pretty early on.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that art of storytelling, because them and also Muslims have like a very like oratory
culture.
Like their thing is like, it's not just like read it. You have to say it.
Yeah.
You have to know it. Like, you know what I mean? And you have to read it in Hebrew, like a language that you don't really know or speak besides you're like learning to read the Torah or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that's a common thing with religion. Like, I'm Catholic. Catholics.
Yeah. King James is hard enough, dude.
King James is hard enough, dude. I mean, it used to be up until the 50s, like, services were all in Latin. I mean, it was after the 50s. It was like the 80s.
You can still go to a Latin mass.
You can, yeah.
You can definitely still go to a Latin mass.
Hey, no.
Plus, that's a fun word to say, dude.
Latin mass?
Latin mass. You know, it's a good movie. Black Mass, about Whitey Bulger.
No, I don't know about that. Tell me.
Whitey Bulger's a gangster in South Boston during the, I would say, 80s and 70s, kind of.
Yeah.
And he ran South Boston, but he was also an FBI informant.
I've been thinking about this a lot lately. If I were raised different, like, there's a version of me out there who's, like, straight up a Navy SEAL. Like, there's an alternate world where shit just is different.
Can I tell you something I think to myself sometimes, Cameron? What? I always feel like if some kind of war were to pop off in America, I would be one of those guys like in the Revolutionary War that was just like a shopkeep that just like a fucking switch flipped and then become a general.
Dude,
I think I could be that guy.
I feel like that kind of instinct has to live in like a lot of dudes, because I've been like in college, in school, being like, dude, if I'm like, where I'm just like sitting next to the door and I'm thinking like, dude, if a shooter came in here, I would be a hero.
Yeah,
I would be like such a hero right now.
Yeah,
like where like you're ready for it.
I when I was at one of my lower points after I'd failed out of college, I seriously considered joining the Marine Corps.
Hell yeah.
I went.
Hoorah.
I would go to the recruiter's office and I would work out. I was trying to get down in weight and then also be able to pass a drug test. But I was also like doing bong rips and then going to work. Dude, don't do bong rips and go work out with the Marines. You will pass out.
That's good.
Dude, if you do bong rips and go work out with Marines, like even people that are going to even try to be Marines, like that shit gets intense, bro. Like,
oh, it does.
That shit gets real intense.
Because there's heart in it.
And shit.
There's like...
Dude, you're like doing those... Yeah, you have to do like Indian runs.
Oh, God.
Which is, if you don't know, you're running in a straight line, and then the person in the back has to catch up to the front, get in front, and then once he makes it to the front, the next person has to go. And we did that for 1.5 miles. And I'm consistently, my entire life, one of the slowest people in any group of people running.
Damn.
At all times.
Did they have to slow down for you, or like they don't?
No, they just like said they just run. Just run.
Then just run.
Well, I fell at one point because this one kid fucked up. This one kid fucked up.
You
and
never
like,
drop
got
your
out
step.
of line because you're like running in fucking stride and shit. And he like got out of line, and I rolled my ankle off the side of this path, and I fell. And I got up and I started running, but then I just got behind. But this one time, we were running, and we were at the back of the line, me and this other kid, and they made us do a 100-yard sprint to these pull-up bars. And it was a group competition to see who had to do another lap or whatever, or face more punishment. And my guy got there just a little bit before his guy did, so I got a little bit of a head start. And I'm running, and he's like right beside me. He's kind of gaining on me a little bit, but right there at the end, I was high, so I was like, and I'm older than him, by a good clip. Like this is like a 17-year-old kid, like getting ready to like possibly join the Marines, and I was fucking like 22, and I just took my grown man strength out and fucking, and I like fucking Super Saiyan through the finish line, and I won it for us, and he was like, dude, I was outrunning you. And I was like, it don't matter. You fucking lost, bitch. You fucking lost. And then I went and threw up.
You always have to throw up after doing the coolest thing in the world.
Here's the thing, because after you win,
balanced.
of course, this is how Marines are. They made us all do the punishment.
Yeah, of course. Dude, so much Marine Corps shit is just punishment-based. Like,
yeah.
That's just how you become a man.
Yeah, dude. They fucking smoke your ass out.
Yeah. You just get the shit beat out of you till other men until you're big enough
that's how
to beat the shit out of people.
Like, I think they kind of stress it at the beginning. I mean, obviously, when you talk about Navy SEALs, a lot of people hear about the training and stuff and how hard it is. But when we watched Lone Survivor the other night, they kind of stress that at the beginning, like how tough the training is. Because when you see those motherfuckers fall down that mountain and get all shot up and shit. Dude.
Yeah, they used every bit of their training.
They are so fucking tough. Those are some tough motherfuckers.
Dude, that movie made Madeline so sad. Dude, that movie made...
I just remembered the name.
Oh, yeah.
I just remembered the name.
We'll get her to talk about
Spoiler, all of them die except for Mark Wahlberg.
Mark
Wahlberg. He survived.
If you had to... If you became if you were suddenly like a Mark Wahlberg type, I was thinking about how Steven Seagal has like clauses to where he has to always like win at the end. What kind of clauses would you put in your script if you were like Hollywood bigwig? And you could just decide.
Fuck. I don't know. No, this is gonna sound really fucked. I mean, I don't guess it sounds fucked up. It's just not my preference. No gay shit.
Yeah, you don't have to do.
I don't want to do gay stuff.
I feel like if you're a Hollywood elite, you don't even have to worry about that. That's all behind you.
Are you sure, though, Cameron?
It's all behind you.
It's all behind me? Yeah, I did do that to get to the top. You're right. No more gay stuff, I should say.
Yeah.
I don't want to do any more stuff in my butt, Mr. Executive.
No off limits. That's my no-no zone. Like, yeah, I just think it's cool that, like, Steven Seagal, or not Steven Seagal, Jason Statham has a clause where he, like, always wins fights now or something like that.
That's crazy. He already always did win fights.
Yeah. Just because he's Jason Statham.
Yeah. You're a super action hero. Of course you win the fight, dude.
I would have a clause to where I'll show any part of my body except my belly button.
Okay.
And I need green Skittles in my dressing room.
I mean, all of mine is like, I just don't want any humiliation ritual stuff.
Yeah, like if I'm ever in a movie with like...
No dresses. I'm going to put David in a dress.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, when he plays John Wilkes Booth, dude. He's going to be in a dress.
You gonna invite him up to your hotel room?
No, I'm not.
All right.
No, I'm not.
Check.
If I wanted David, I could have him any day of the week. That's a guarantee.
What's your favorite like sitcom like trope?
As in like group of people that were in a sitcom together?
I'm talking like an episode trend. Like, I'll give you my example. Like when two characters get mad at each other, so they split the room right down the middle.
Yeah.
That they share with like a tape.
Yeah.
And then but that's mine. I was wondering if that brought anything to mind for you.
I always like a good Halloween party episode.
A Halloween party episode's great. Do you have any like great ones? I was watching Bones lately. Bones has some good Halloween episodes.
Where a guy ironically has to be a woman for like an entire day to keep a secret.
Ooh, fun one.
It's fun.
2 dates to that's a play on the 2 dates to the prom.
Yeah. 2 days to the prom. Yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
Now that's big.
I like Conveyor Belt Go Too Fast.
Yeah.
I Love Lucy.
Oh, of course, Locked in a Room with No One to Help.
Yeah.
Those can get kind of like boring though. It depends.
I mean, there's also like Locked and like Buried Alive.
Oh,
Buried Alive is like scary. Yeah.
I hate that. I don't like that.
Been watching a lot of Bones lately.
Yeah.
Bones the show. Did you ever watch Bones?
No, I never watched Bones. I remember seeing the advertisement for Bones.
Madeline's always going to insist on watching Bones
Is
to
that
go to
a Fox
sleep.
show?
It's a Fox show.
It's a Fox show. You know why I remember Bones? Because they would advertisement coming on after American Idol.
Oh, God, those were the days, huh?
God, dude, that American Idol finale used to be bigger than the fucking Super Bowl.
Remember when David Archuleta was on iCarly and then no one ever heard from him again?
Yes.
What was up with that?
I think he turned into UFC fighter Brandon Moreno.
He transformed.
Yeah. I think that's what happened to like Frankie Muniz is Dale Earnhardt Sr. now or whatever.
Yeah. So speaking of sitcoms, a lot of sitcoms, as you know, time goes on, they kind of fall off a little bit. The writers kind of run out of ideas.
Yeah.
They kind of become more two-dimensional and like lame. What's like a season 17 Crockett look like? Like what's a boiled down, misunderstood by writers over the years?
Yeah.
Crockett look like?
Yeah, I would say right there at the end, I'm probably still attempting to do a podcast.
They never give you an arc.
I'm going up, and I'm still doing sets every week at the comedy places in my respective town. You know, hopefully as this isn't like a hard thing to do as many as I'd like. You know what I mean? Maybe 3 spots a week, something like that, something easy. And maybe I'm taking care of like my estranged grandchild, my mixed race grandchild or something. Who knows?
Yeah, that's cool.
I could see that happening for myself.
That doesn't seem like a bad life, honestly.
And
you could do way worse.
Absolutely.
I was thinking like season 17 Cam, but it's like a sitcom where we don't age, but I just get slowly like written worse by the writers.
Yeah.
I feel like I would just become more of like an asshole and like I think I would be like a computer nerd for some reason that they would like write me a little bit of Sheldon.
Yeah, your son's dead and you've got like 2 new wives. They had to recast your wife a couple times.
Yeah, at one point I blow both my legs off in like an explosion, and I have like prosthetic legs, but I just always wearing long pants on set.
Hear me out. We send Cameron in a time machine back to Vietnam, see?
And I have a small army of talking mice that
we
tell
give
me
him
what
the
to do.
Lieutenant Dan arc. He ends up with legs again.
I love the idea of having a big science lab, but it's run by tiny mice.
Yeah.
The ones we just taught to talk.
Yeah.
But they're not that. There's only like a few of them that are actual scientists. The rest are just mice who are now able to talk and have nowhere to go.
Some are mice and some of men.
They're just like, how do you make an iPhone for mouse? For a mouse?
How do you make an iPhone for a mouse?
How do you make an iPhone for a mouse?
Get a Chinese guy to do it?
Chinese mouse.
Chinese mouse.
Guys, this has been...
On a Friday night, yeah.